Hey guys, so in the first part of my video, I was talking about sacrificing, for others and how important it is. And it's really what Jesus did. He sacrificed his life for us, for um, the love that he had towards us. And so we see that. We see, and I had mentioned in part one, that we should not be seeking our own advantage, our own comfort, ease, honor, um, all those different things above other people. Like, we should not be seeing someone, for instance, seeing someone suffering or in pain. You see them in pain and you're like, you know what, forget it. I don't care. I'm just going to go and do my own thing because I'm tired. I worked really hard and I just don't really care about what they're feeling, or I kind of care, but I'm just exhausted. So I'm just going to go and relax over here while I see that person suffering, over there. Like maybe they can't move or they can't breathe or whatever it may be. Just example here. Or you see someone, really struggling to walk into a store, and it's easy for you to just go and hold the door open, and they're really struggling, and you're like, you know what? My back's been hurting. I don't really want to go and run over to the door to help them because I really don't care, or you just turn your eyes away. That's seeking ourselves above others. When we see that there's someone in need, it's a really good example, just putting that above others. Now we also see this as a big part in marriage. Marriage is it's definitely it's a lifelong journey, um, of ups and downs, so many things. We love, we trust, we're happy, we're mad, we're frustrated, we're angry, we're all kinds of things. So marriage, we see a huge part of sacrifice, right? When you take your vows at the beginning, you say that you'll be with each other for better or worse, thick and thin kind of things, for rich or poor, in health and in sickness, all these things, that we're to sacrifice for the other person. It's not about us, it's about them. And if we always look to be there for them, not to be, okay, I'm going to do that for them because they're going to please me, or I'm going to do that because, I need them later on to look at how good I am. That's not what I'm saying, because that's not love. That's, again, seeking your own. But like I said, we see this a lot in marriage. In marriage, we are to love, we're to honor, we're to support, trust, respect, sacrifice everything for our partner. That's what we've committed to when we made that decision to take on marriage. And it's not for everybody. Not everybody can handle it. And unfortunately, I'm hearing a lot of people getting divorced and just splitting up very quickly without even thinking about trying out, without even, contemplating looking for help or support, instead just making the decision to leave because it's easier that way. But really, it's not about ourselves, it's about the other person. When we take our eyes off ourselves and we put our eyes on Jesus, Jesus looks to others, we're going to look to others. So we're going to look to our partner, we're going to try to be there, we're going to be more supportive, more understanding, more caring, more loving. And I definitely want to do some videos on marriage. I think it's really important. I've been through some stuff in my life. I've seen some things, and in my own marriage, it may look from the outside like everything is so perfect and so amazing, but every marriage, every person goes through their own struggles, and it's about how you handle it. It's about where you stand. It's your positioning. So I really would like to do some videos. I've already started doing some notes and stuff for my videos for marriage and relationship and commitment, and a little bit about myself and my husband as well. And so I really would like to share that in the near future. So look forward to that. I look forward as well. But it's not about ourselves, it's about other people. And where do we see this? I just kind of mentioned this quickly with Jesus, but we see this as well with him. Married to the church. Jesus being married to the church, he sacrificed everything and did all that he did for us. He didn't think about himself. He didn't think about the pain. He didn't think about the struggle or what he was about to go through, knowing that he was about to go through some stuff. He didn't look at that, and he didn't focus on that. He put his eyes on the Father. He was always in prayer. Jesus was always in prayer. If he wasn't teaching, he was in prayer, and which is also another example for us, to always be in prayer. It seems like a daunting thing to do, but prayer is very, to me, like I'm speaking right now. I speak like that with God all the time. I don't have to get on my knees, and not that I can at the moment, but not that I get on my knees and do something special, which is what I really thought prayer was like growing up in a Catholic background. Was really tough, and I would like to also share that as well in some of my other posts. Growing up just with a Catholic background, and how deceiving it is, how much it caused me a lot of pain, and it pushed me away from God. I wanted nothing to do with him. I thought he was really angry and hated me, and I felt like I'd just never get close enough. So really would like to share that as well. But no, he looked at the Father. He set his eyes on the Father instead of looking at what he was going through. Jesus became love. Well, he was always love. But what he did, that action that he did on the cross, was love. And how beautiful is that? He sacrificed his life, not just for his family, not just for some people, not just for his disciples. He sacrificed for everybody, even the ones that put him on that cross. He sacrificed his life for them. That, to me, is amazing, that he sacrificed his life like that for them. How beautiful, how humbling. It wasn't about him, it was about the others. So if we look at, I got down here a couple examples of just what you see as a married couple quickly here, and what we see what Jesus did as well. So it's not about us supporting the other through, or sorry, it is, I meant to say it is about us supporting the other through tough times. When something goes wrong, you're there for your partner, you're there for your wife, your husband. When something occurs, maybe they lost a loved one and they're really struggling with it. Maybe they had an accident like me. Maybe they lost their job, or they are going through mental issues, or whatever it may be. It's about being there and supporting them through that. Being by their side through everything, even if you're not doing well. It's about being there and supporting them, taking care of them when they're sick, regardless of how you feel. This is a huge one, and you see this a lot. You see a lot of people, and you feel it even yourself. Like I'm tired, I don't feel like doing that. But even with your own children, you're exhausted. My daughter went through a lot of hospital visits throughout her life with a condition that she was born with, and so I spent a lot of time in the hospital, and it was exhausting, having to get her to the hospital and all that, and her sickness, and then being there, and lack of eating, lack of sleep, lack of a lot of things, and but you do it because you love, and you don't complain and say, oh, just stop complaining that you're sick, I'm the one that's tired here trying to take care of you. Like that would be horrible if Jesus would have said something like that to us. But I just did it because I loved. And I'd go, a week in the hospital, and I'm like, I need to go home and shower and eat a good meal and then come back, But I sacrificed so much throughout those hospital stays, and so just a good example there. But you do that as well with your partner. So, when you see someone sick, or you see someone not well, or maybe they're dying, last thing they should be experiencing is being alone, not being there to be supported or loved or cared for or thought of. So it's about being there for that person. um, Doing things with your partner that you may not enjoy doing. It's so easy to go and do something that you love doing. It's easy to say, oh yeah, like, I love reading the Bible, so we'll read the Bible together. But maybe and maybe you love, uh, let's just say, going on walks together, but maybe you don't like cooking. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I don't really feel like cooking. I'll just let him do it or her do it, and think, you know what? I'm going to go and do it with them because they enjoy it. Or, that they're watching something that I don't really like watching, but I'll go and watch it anyway because I really love them, and I'm actually going to enjoy it because I'm going to enjoy being with them. It's little things like that too. It's not just the huge things like when someone's sick or struggling. It's the little things too. It's putting yourself down and raising other people up and just being there for other people. It takes time. It's taking your time out and giving it to them. It's not all about you and your time, and I need my time, and I'm tired and I don't get enough for myself. It's who cares about me? It's about you. What can I do, and what can I do to be there for you? I love taking care of my family. I love cooking for them. I love I love clean. I want to say I absolutely love cleaning. I do enjoy cleaning. Most people don't like cleaning. I enjoy it. And I have not been able to do it just because of my circumstance. I'm kind of stuck sitting most of the time because I have to keep my foot elevated. And my back is recovering as well, so I can't do too much moving. But I love doing those things. I love cooking for my family. I love creating new things and putting on like a nice display, and I love doing that, and I have not been able to do it. So it's just been like getting to me a little lately. Like, I really want to do these things for them because I love them, not because I'm like, ooh, they're gonna see what I can do, just because I love them, and I want to spoil them. I want to, I just want to see them happy and enjoying, the food and whatever it is that I do. So it's about, taking your time out and giving it to other people. So helping out in areas that may be overwhelming. That kind of ties in with a lot of stuff that I had mentioned above. Taking time, I have another one here, talking with them, even though you feel mad or you're not interested in talking with them, maybe about things that they like, or maybe they don't want to hear about it or whatever. It's not really interesting to you. Or just talking. Maybe sometimes you just need to listen. Maybe sometimes, your partner just needs to talk and vent, and you just need to sit there and listen. And so that's also really important, even if you've already heard it 100 times. I am a talker, and I really enjoy listening. I find it fascinating to listen to people's stories and what people have gone through, and kind of see where people are today and how they got there. So I really enjoy listening to other people as well. It's not walking away when you feel you've had enough. So when you're like, you know what, I've had enough, I'm done, I just want out of this marriage, I want to go, I'm done. It's not walking out. It's easy to say, okay, I'm going to leave, but to actually go out and do it, to actually leave, divorce, separate kind of thing, that's serious, to make that decision to leave. And Jesus never did that to us. Could you imagine if he was like, you know what, last minute he's like, I'm God, I'm coming down off this cross right now because you guys are just so selfish and thinking about yourself, and you're nasty, and you're all these things. I'm done. I'm just going to come down off this cross. I'm going to show you all who I am and how powerful I am, and I'm done. No, he didn't. He humbled himself to the very end, and we're to be like him. So really important. you know, what love is. And marriage is a good example because, you know, we are married to him. The church is married to him. And he's coming back for his bride. So how can we be loved? We talked about it a bunch already, but it comes really from intimacy with the Father. It is in knowing him, in knowing who he is, in having an intimate relationship with him, knowing how much you're loved is really ultimately going to become the reason that you are loved and not seek for love. So if you're really seeking for love and you're really trying to find validation and you're really struggling in life with that, it's because you don't know him. It's because you're really searching. But when you really know him, and you, in knowing him, you start to know who you are, you will no longer be seeking and searching for love. You will become love. You're not going to become God. You're not God. But you're going to become love. You're going to express it instead of seek it. You're going to be it. And people are going to see love instead of looking to you being needy, looking for love. And you'll know what love has done for you. You know, when you have that intimate relationship with him, you will see, you know, how love has gave its life for you and sacrificed for you, and you will no longer really need to search it. It's just it's a really a knowing. It's a relationship and a knowing thing. And it also comes from forgiveness. Forgiveness is also a huge part of being loved. It's a huge part of knowing who we are. If we know we've been forgiven, we're not going to be holding things against other people. We're not going to be searching and seeking. And we're not going to have a hard time forgiving others because we'll know that we've been forgiven first. We need to be forgiven and know we're forgiven to forgive. I have also mentioned forgiveness in a past video. I can post the link under this as well if you want to know a little more on that. But yeah, so forgiveness is a really big part of love. You know, if you have not forgiven, you will not be able to love anybody. It's just, I know it doesn't seem to make sense. You're like, well, I can forgive that person, but I just can't forgive that person, but I still love the other person. That's a hard place to be because, to be honest, forgiveness is love. It's sacrifice. It's not thinking about you. It's thinking about the other person. It's letting go. Jesus forgave us when we were nasty, when we were angry and hateful towards him, when we did all that we did towards him. He forgave us. And when we know him, we'll forgive. We're not going to look at people like, oh, that person, look what he did and he hurt me. You're going to be like, wow, I feel so sad for that person. I can't believe that they're struggling like that. I can't believe they would step out and treat me like that. Not because it hurts me, but because they don't know who they are. They're so lost, and in that place of being lost, they're hurting others and they're hurting themselves. And you'll start to look at people from that perspective, opposed to looking at them like what they did to you and how wrong they are and how bad they are. You know, so God is love. God is love, and he calls us to forgive every single one of us. If Jesus did what he did for us and forgave, we are called to do the same. If we don't forgive, we end up with bitterness. It dwells inside of us, and there's no place for love. There's no place for love where bitterness resides. You know, love is a sacrifice. It really is. I choose to love my husband and to stay. He's not a bad person. That's not what I was meaning to say by saying that. Just like he chooses to stay here. He chooses to love me. It's a choice. It's a sacrifice that we make, regardless of how we are, how we react to each other. We choose to stay and we choose to love each other. Very important, and that's what Jesus did on that cross. He never came down. He stayed there because he loved us. 1 John says, he who does not love does not know God, for God is love. How amazing. You know, how amazing that he is love and he loves us unconditionally, calling us all the time. And if we know him, we can be like him, and we can become love. We can express it everywhere we go, and we will no longer look to others for it. We'll no longer be in search or in need of love, and we will not be disappointed or hurt by other people, but we'll end up hurting for them, and wanting to be there for them regardless of what they're doing to us. And I previously read this at the beginning of my first video, and so I just wanted to leave you with it. I wanted to read. So love is patient. It is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not looking for itself. It is always about others. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. It never fails. Jesus never fails us. We're the ones that fail ourselves and fails other people. So if we walk in him, we can be like him, and we'll never have to experience, all that bitterness and hatred that we feel when someone hurts us or puts us down, or treats us the way we think we should be treated. We'll look at them in a different way. So I hope this was encouraging to you guys, and look to Jesus. Jesus is the one. He's the author and finisher of our faith. He is the one that is there for us, that protects us, that provides for us, that loves and cares for us. And if we put our eyes on him, if we look to him, what he's done for us, we could never be wrong. We could never go wrong. It's when we take our eyes off him that things start to go downhill and we take different paths. But we can live in him and have all that we need through life in Christ. If you ever feel that you are feeling the need, or the need, I guess, but just feeling down and feeling that you're not loved and feeling insecure, the one that can give you security and remove all that is Jesus. You call out to him. It's unbelievable what he does. It's so crazy what he fills, those empty void places inside of us that he fills with who he is. And just the hope and the joy I have today, regardless of what I've been through in my life, I have so much joy and so much peace, and I'm just so in love with him, so thankful for all he does for me. And I don't spend 30 hours, or 24 hours a day or 10 hours just like, okay, so I gotta sit and pray, and I don't do that. I communicate with him, throughout my day. I talk to him. I'm trusting in him. I'm talking to him out loud. I'm talking to him in my head. I'm praying, I'm believing, I'm trusting, I'm standing on his word, I'm meditating on scripture, and I'm not doing it because it's like I have to do it. I'm doing it because it's where I'm at now. It all comes through relationship, through the time you spend with him. So I encourage you to spend time with him. Call to him. Give him your life. He is waiting to take it and to give you a better life, a new life. You'll no longer be that person. You'll be a new creation. And you'll never have to experience the old again. Now, tribulation will come, and persecution and all those things will come, but you will not be moved by it if you're walking in him. So I encourage you today to step out in faith. I encourage you today to look to him for love, and because he is the one that provides it. He is love ultimately, and you won't have to search or seek it from anyone else. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comments underneath. And I will be posting some new videos shortly. Repentance, marriage, And I will post the forgiveness link under this one as well. So have a blessed day, guys, and I love you all, and I'm praying for all of you, and I'm just so blessed that I can share with you guys what God puts on my heart and just where I'm at on my journey. I'm not anyone special. I'm just like all of you guys, but I'm just doing what the Lord is calling me to do. I would have never done this and never expected myself to do anything like this, but I'm stepping out and I'm doing it. I heard the Lord tell me, I have given to you, so now go freely give, and I'm doing that. So I hope you guys are blessed with my videos, and please share them, and just hope that you're encouraged. Goodbye, guys.